All right, we are back, guys, moving into MouseSpaz versus Tempo. This is the second map of the series. MouseSpaz was finally able to close out that match, but it was a little bit closer than me and my co-caster here could expect. Isn't that right, Bach?
Yeah, I really didn't think that Tempo would come back quite the way they did. They ended up getting a more respectable defeat. It seemed like they were just going to get shut down on Inferno. MouseSpaz definitely came prepared to play that map. Tempo, maybe not so much, but they ended up losing. I believe the final score was 16-10. I really thought that they would struggle to get more than 6 or 7 rounds, so nice play from them.
Yeah, and Minty Fresh, he's going to start things off in the right fashion as TMP. They're going to be on the T side as Deca grabs a frag as well. They're going to be moving on to the A site as we speak. Still battling out mid, though. That's going to be Buzza on the lurk roll as Deca will grab another one. Buzza looking to trade here as 2 players, the last 2 CTs. Tarek will be coming through the double doors. Now does spot Buzza in the lower tunnel. They will be able to take him down. Hazed with a nice headshot there. So a lot of lit terrorists, no kits on the CT side. So time is ticking. Let's see if they can retake as they're both pushing out Cat together. There's one frag, but that's going to be Mask and Deca both getting the frags. Deca with a hat trick in the pistol round. Tempo looking good to start off the second map.
Buzza in lower, he really could have just completely stopped that in its tracks. They could have gotten the clean sweep. Wasn't able to find the shots, did get taken down, but nonetheless, they did win the round. Nice play from Tempo, starting things out there. That just complete long push manages to work out. And you see the triple scout buy here. Oh no, it's a double scout buy. My fault. A double scout buy nonetheless, though, and it does work out. They drop Hazed early in the round with a headshot through the door, so interesting choice of weapons here.
Oh, and Mask with the auto almost makes it work too. She gets 1, but not the second, as Color is actually going to move in. Can he collect that gun? He will indeed, and falls back. So not exactly the gun you want to collect to bring into the next round, but let's see if he can make any work with it in this one, as FNS is holding that headshot angle as they push out. Is able to take down a Minty Fresh, but Buzza firing back will be able to equalize, and it's only going to be Cutler again with that auto shotty. He does have armor, but 1v3, this is going to be difficult, as he's still just holding an angle on Cat, and I imagine he's probably just going to stay here. I don't think he's going to go for this.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You know, there's something to be said about the shotgun buy, and I think it was actually a misbuy, if I'm not mistaken. Mask probably didn't intend to buy the auto shotgun based on its price, but the shotgun buys, most people don't really understand the complex economy inside of CSGO. A shotgun, I think, is $900 for a kill. So yep. If she got a double kill there, that's huge. That's $1,800 in her pocket, even if it was an accidental buy. So all of a sudden, that auto shotgun buy that seems sort of silly makes a lot of sense. Now, you don't want to buy the auto shotgun because based on the other shotguns, the price just doesn't match up. So I'm not sure if that was the intention of buying that gun or if it was a misbuy, misclick, whatever happened. But she did collect on the 1 kill, so it wasn't completely a loss. And it's not really a useful gun to the counter-terrorists here unless they can somehow overwhelm them with a strong push coming out along or maybe B tunnels.
Yeah, one of the popular situations where the shotgun works out well is JW style, working on Nuke with his Mag 7. That's why he calls it the Bank of Fnatic, as you get a lot of money with those kills, and if you can utilize that at close range, it is very effective. So moving into round number 3, Cutler still utilizing that auto shotty. He's going to be positioned in this corner on Cat. He's just kind of crouching here, isn't very visible. Obviously, if they peek really wide, eventually they will catch him, but he's in a spot where he can kind of peek his head up, and only his head's going to be visible, so makes for an odd angle to hit a shot. As the T's are moving up mid now, Buzza is going to be jump scouting onto Cat. Won't be able to hit anything, as we see there's no aggressing CT other than the man Cutler that I was just speaking about. But Tarek, he's actually pushed up. I didn't realize on the radar, but he's made it all the way through the back. T-spawn side as he takes down Buzza. Minty will finally do some damage control, takes him out, as this is an eco round for the CTs, as Hazed is going to be inside of the site. Minty Fresh deals with him appropriately. Now PTR right outside of the double doors towards B. The other counter-terrorists are going to be moving through tunnels, and Cutler will be able to run that. And surprisingly, I know what you're thinking, onto Mask, of all players, the one that gifted that shotgun to him, and that's the inaccuracy at long range. We do see gunfire all over the wall, but unfortunately none of that went onto Minty as he was very low, and honestly just one closer range shot probably would have put him down. But we are going to see Tempo taking another round, and this will be the first gun round for MouseSpaz.
Very successful eco. Almost won it, too, on the heels of Cutler's auto shotgun. It seems kind of funny watching a player like Cutler, who has a long history in CS, very talented player, sitting on Cat, playing traditionally what some would call a pretty lame spot with the auto shotgun. But nonetheless, he was there and he did it. Buzza, though, starting things out for the T's, dropping PTR. That's the AWP down at long. So a lot of money for PTR invested in that AWP, and it doesn't pay off with a single frag.
Yeah, Deca will be able to get a second. And that's going to be Deca and Bussa both getting frags as 4 T's are moving up long A. They will have Minty Fresh on that lurk roll. Now working up Cat as they're going to try and cross. As Cutler does get one, will get refragged though, and one player is pushed out of the smoke, and that's Tarek, as he was not sure where anybody was, and that was actually Buzza standing right in front of him, but looking the wrong direction was Tarek. So Tempo making it 4-0. So this is kind of similar to how we saw the rounds go maybe for MouseSpaz in that first Inferno match. They were able to grab, I believe it was 4, and then finally on an eco, MouseSpaz, or rather Tempo, was able to pick up their first CT side rounds. We'll see if MouseSpaz can continue that pattern here, as they are going to be working a stack mid double doors, but that nade will put them down.
Oh, goodness. They legged Hayes as he crossed, and then the nade did connect. And Tarek gets dropped to 65 as well, so he's got the P250, but he's going to be pretty lit. And they're going to have to split up here and put another man in mid and one on B. So there's only 2 guys at the A bomb site, one on Goose and one pushing up long. Right now he's coming across, and they do spot him out. So here we see very strong play from Tempo. Oh, PTR manages to get one. Will he get another? What is going on here?
You see him just dancing there for days? That was ridiculous.
I could tell what he would look like in first person. I was watching from the eyes of one of the T's. I could tell he was probably just driving his mouse all over his mouse pad, going crazy to avoid the shot. The moving hitboxes in CSGO are somewhat notorious for being terrible. And here I'm watching the replay on... yeah, he was just going nuts. But still, I mean, Tempo is playing very strong here. And you can see Deca and Minty stepping their game up from the last map. They both kind of struggled. Obviously, they feel more comfortable on Dust 2.
And we're going to see 2 of the T's posted up in upper tunnels. That's going to be Deca and Bluminator. PTR, though, waiting for a pick in lower. Isn't going to come about, so he falls back. Minty holding a nice angle. That's kind of that headshot angle that you can peek and see if someone's coming down catwalk, but wasn't able to hit the shot, and they're going to be Molotoving in. Won't be doing any kind of good for them, unfortunately, as both CTs have fallen back. As the T's are just taking mid-control, they're going to be rotating 2 into upper dark. So that's going to be the bomb carrier, as well as they're going to be doing a mid-to-B play. Hazed on the other side of the smoke. He's lined them up with his crosshair, but he's going to be able to get one. Minty Fresh coming through will be able to... Wow, okay. There's a lot of frags happening very quickly there, guys, as Bluminator, last one on the field, will be able to get one. Will get one, but Tarek will trade back immediately, and yeah, that was basically a slaughter. They tried to do a split B, and they just got grinded upon. I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but...
We did see the 4 alt buy, 2 on Tempo and 2 on MouseSpaz, and now MouseSpaz has 3, Cutler, Tarek, and PTR, all using the alt. I hope this doesn't backfire for them after taking 1 round here. That would be devastating for the team's economy. You know, we're starting to get that loss bonus built up. So to lose this round would be huge. Deca starting things out, drops one of the ops, and I think did he take down FNS as well? Was that a shot on him?
I don't know if that went through or what happened there, but that must have been the case, as yeah, he's going to be dropped down. I was honestly watching the pick mid as it didn't occur, so we are going to see, yeah, FNS at least is a little bit lit, so that's going to be, obviously, any trade kills going to be advantage for the T's, as the CTs have to thin out their defenses. And the bomb is moving up Cat right now. That's going to be Bluminator and his counterpart. Bluminator with an AWP in hand. Let's see if he can make any pick happen, as Tarek's going to be here, and he's actually going to hit him through the box there. So that puts Bluminator down to 28 HP. Actually, it wasn't that much, but he was standing in fire and slowly walked out of it, so inevitably will be dropped down to 28 HP as they decide to rotate out. It's not quite working for them, so they're going to find a new strategy here.
If Tempo can get the bomb down, this is going to be a really hard retake for MouseSpaz with the 3-op setup. Hayes the only one with the rifle, and he's only got body armor, PTR with body armor as well. So this could work out for Tempo if they can find that bomb plant, and it looks like they are going to be executing on B.
Yeah, that's going to be PTR taking down Deca. Now Bluminator is still out mid, but they're going to be flashing through CT spawn and coming in right behind him, but it's not going to matter as Bluminator does get one in PTR, but will get traded upon immediately as Hayes collects that frag and finishes the round. MouseSpaz moving up to 2 rounds on the CT side.
Oh my gosh, I thought for a second they were buying a 4-op setup. It looked like it. There was a glitch in GoTV where FNS and PTR were both holding an op at the same time after FNS had dropped it off. I would have pretty much died at that point. This 3-op setup is working for them. It just seems so silly. Like, I don't think I've ever really seen a team do it successfully.
Yeah, well, we're going to see the triple op setup as Hazed is able to drop Deca. Bluminator will refrag onto Hazed, and they do take control of the site. PTR still holding from the window. Let's see if he can make something happen as he's just going to be pre-firing the double stack, but Bluminator does put a little bit of fire onto him as it is going to be advantage to the T's, although man advantage to the CTs. Difficult to retake this site as Mask is going to peek into Upper Dark. FNS down to 20 HP will finish off that frag as you see PTR trying to push in as Tark and Cutler are going to try and do the same. Tark now from Car will get 1 frag, but 1v2. Cutler in a very difficult position. Bomb is about to go off and Bluminator peeking back to the big box at a great time there. And Cutler won't even be able to get that one. I thought he would be able to get that one as he's retreating, but Bluminator will die to the bomb, so a little bit more economic damage done, but that is going to be the round for Tempo.
Yeah, look at the economy of MouseSports now. Or not MouseSports, MouseSpaz. You can see that that triple op setup really crippled them a little bit. They're going to have multiple players on pistols only, Hazed and FNS. They are able to put a rifle onto Cutler, and they pick up another op. I'm a little confused by this. I guess they're just really confident in their alt play on Dust 2. But it could work out. Tempo is expecting an eco here, and they're going to be running right into the jaws of Cutler with an M4, and it doesn't even matter. Cutler is taken down quickly by Deca. FNS, though, dropping Mask. Bluminator taking down FNS, so the trades aren't going the way of Tempo right now.
Yeah, as they push up long, and we're going to see Hazed here very quickly peeking out, but Bluminator already kind of crossed a little bit and was in an opportune position to take that frag. Buzza taking down Tark, and now it's all up to PTR. He's got an AWP in hand, and he's going to be actually peeking up to Minty Fresh there, getting dropped down to 34 HP and knife out. He's going to be running, and that's going to be an easy one for PTR to take, as we do see Bluminator actually hopping around, and he's going to be able to get that quick scope onto PTR. Looking good is Bluminator as he got a hat trick in that round.
And now you look at MouseSpaz economy again. It's another eco because they bought those ops and those rifles kind of force bought a little bit. Now they have to do a full eco. I don't even think they should really buy pistols on some of these players. You can see Hayes is still using a USP. Not the worst buy ever last round, but still, like, I kind of question the op purchase. That seemed a little odd to me.
Minty Fresh, hello? He's just like standing there taking bullets and not responding. Tark will be able to get that frag, and Cutler getting a second, so this eco looking brilliant for the CTs as it's Deca and Mask pushing out along, and Tark will be there close to the corner. That's going to be Mask taking that frag as Cutler tries to peek with PTR. They aren't able to get anything for their efforts other than Deca is now down to 36 HP. All 3 of the terrorists are grouped up together as we do see a number of CTs watching from CT spawn. Bluminator is able to drop Cutler. 2v2 now as FNS and PTR both holding from CT spawn. They are going to be crossing here as Mask, again, down to 27 HP. Bluminator getting dinked through the box. PTR with a jumping shot, and they're going to be boosting up onto site. Is that going to be enough here as the bomb is being planted? But PTR will peek out, and Mask getting both of those. Very close round for MouseSpaz, but that is going to be Tempo's round in the end. Whew, what a round.
That was an interesting play there. The jumping P250 shots. I thought for sure once they boosted on the site they'd be able to drop Bluminator, but Mask with a nice play to take down both of those remaining CTs. And MouseSpaz not really off to a great start here on Dust 2. I know this was Tempo's map, but you can see they're just kind of, like, I guess relying on their aim a little bit too much. They got a little cocky with that op buy in the eco a couple rounds ago, and it basically gave Tempo 2 rounds, but they're back on a full buy here. Rifles across the board, body armor on 2, and no nades on Tark.
Yeah, we are going to see Mask just holding long A here, and another thing to note, although Tempo did pick this map, MouseSpaz chose to start CT side. So they suspected that they could work something in this first half where, again, you don't expect picking a side and then going 2 to 8. That's not what you expected when you picked that side. That was not what you were hoping for. So something just isn't working out. And as you were saying, maybe just taking too many aim duels, that could be the scenario, as Tempo looking good here. 8 rounds in the books, as we're in round number 11. They're going to be doing a mid to B play, as Tark will be holding from that headshot box, and it's not dead yet, and they need to kill him very soon, but it's not going to be the case, as, well, actually, Bluminator finally does drop him. As he enters sight, though, that's going to be Hazed with a double kill. Buzza finally taking him down, as he is in control of the site, but for how long? 1v3 situation. He's actually going to peek out, does get a frag in. That's going to be FNS going down and tries to get another one. I don't know how he was able to peek there once again and not die, but eventually PTR puts him down, and MouseSpaz is able to collect that round. 3 to 8 is our score.
I think when we watched Tempo play against Rhythm on Dust 2, they actually started out 7-0. I believe that was how it went. Rhythm finally responded and then lost after that one round, but I think the half ended up 8-7 in favor of Tempo, if I'm not mistaken, or 9-6. I don't entirely recall. I think it was 9-6, but they were very dominant T-side against Rhythm, and Mousesport's honestly a better team than Rhythm, so this is kind of surprising me.
Yeah, as we do see a number of terrorists coming out long here. Buzza was able to take down FNS, and they're on an eco, so that's going to be a decent win for them early on, as they're just going to keep control along. Actually rotating out, though. Tark getting aggressive. He's going to try and work this push up mid, as they are able to catch Minty Fresh. We'll be able to call to his teammates, though, that there's at least an op and a rifle out mid, as we're going to see Bluminator trying to get aggressive up long. We'll pay for that, and Tark, once again, on this flank, will be able to take down one Mask, getting dropped as well. And Deca, last one on the field, has an M4. Let's see if he can do any damage, but isn't going to be the case, as Hazed will put him down, and that's going to be MouseSpaz picking up another one, 4 to 8.
Deca, on long with that M4, probably could have gotten a kill if he had fallen back towards double doors and tried to pick the guys that were going to be rotating in. Held a better angle. He tries to take that duel with Hazed, and obviously the aim punch is real. Hazed does take him down. One of the things I really don't like about CSGO is the aim punch against body armor shots, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, as round number 13 is underway, we're going to see the bomb pushing out a lower on Deca. Buzza right behind him. And PTR has already dropped very low. 37 HP, Cutler 74 HP, so a bit of damage done. Tarek actually getting aggressive, pushed into upper dark, now moving into lower. Let's see if he can work this opportune angle, as they're all going to be pushing up Cat, but Mask will get dropped down fairly low, but they're going to actually push back and try and capitalize on his aggression, as Illuminator will go down. Minty Fresh will be able to trade. So that's going to be a 4v4 situation. Hazed very close on the other side of the smoke. You can just feel it. He wants to get aggressive, and he's already outside of the doors. Now on the other side of the Xbox, Minty, though, will take him down. So 4 to 3 here, as Buzza will get dropped by FNS, and that's going to be a flank from long A, top mid. He's able to collect 2 frags. Now only Mask and Deca left, as Mask down to 27 HP, and that's going to be a nice headshot, as Deca will be able to collect 1. 1v2 situation, and FNS will be able to hit that shot, and that's going to be another one for MouseSpaz. 5 to 8 here.
Things are falling apart a little bit here for Tempo. They need to be careful. They don't want to give MouseSpaz that 8-7 half. Definitely not exactly what they would want, considering they were up. I think it was 8-2 at one point, so MouseSpaz has won 3 straight, and now they have to eco here, so it could be 8-6. Best case scenario, Tempo after a really dominant half is going to be staring down 9-6. Still not bad, but you want to obviously separate yourselves as much as possible. And PTR with the aggressive boost on Cat takes down Deca and Bluminator. The firing squad is on, dropping Buzza as well in lower. Mask finally gets a kill for TMP.
And that's going to be the end of that one, as PTR with that aggressive op play makes it work and makes it look beautiful, as They're able to pick up that round, and like you were saying, Tempo doesn't really want to make this an 8-7.5, but MouseSpaz kind of forcing the hand as they're looking fairly solid. They're going to run the triple op play once again, so let's see if they can make this work.
Yeah, Tempo doesn't want to give MouseSpaz too much momentum either. Obviously, they are a very confident team, and giving them any kind of boost to that confidence is not going to help you at all moving into the second half. So I'm hoping Tempo can win out in this last round.
He's going to go massive, so that's the pick they were looking for. As they get that early on, 120 on the clock still. The bomb top mid. They've got Deca and Minty Fresh pushed up. As Minty Fresh now moving up. Xbox now onto Cat. Tark very close on the other side of the smoke and just barely misses Deca as he jumps up. And that's going to be Mask taking down FNS. He tried to get aggressive once again. It worked very well in the last rounds here, but not in this one as we're in the final round of this half. That grenade's going to rain down and take Deca down to 58 HP, but still with a man advantage, or two-man advantage. 5v3 situation.
Buzzer really needs to try and get into B here. If he can get into B, he can pretty much let his team know that the site is wide open. Hayes has rotated over, but they do have two ops on A, and it's going to be hard for them to push in here. Cutler dropping the first one. That was Mask at long. But Bluminator does take down Tark, so now it's a 4v2. Hayes way out of position here to help out Cutler.
Yeah, Cutler will be able to get one. They're going to be planting for Cat, so I imagine they might fall back, and no, actually, they're not going to take Catwalk. Bluminator just going to get aggressive, takes down Cutler, and now it's left up to Hayes. 1v2, does have a kid, so has some time, but Bluminator looking really solid right now. He's going to get a 4K on that round and put Tempo up to 9-6. And again, this is their map pick, so they definitely need to take this if they want to move this onto a third map, being that MouseSpaz took that first one 16-9? 16-9? 10? 16-9?
And 16-10.
Gotcha. So we are moving into the second half of this map number 2 here. This is a best of 3 in the upper bracket RGN Winter Classic, as myself being Sprawll, Buck by my side. We are having a great time broadcasting those matches for you lovely people out there. If you guys are new to the channel, we do have some giveaways going on. I think our next follower giveaway, I believe it's a Jaguar. If we could get someone in chat just to spam our exclamation mark giveaways, it'll let us know what follower mark we need to hit to give that beautiful skin to you lovely viewers. But we are going to be moving into the second pistol round. Tempo does have the lead by 3 rounds. Let's see if they can hang on to it and push us to a map number 3.
Last time we saw Tempo play this, it was against Rhythm, and they had a similar performance on T side. They took, I think, 8 rounds, but then CT side, they completely shut Rhythm out. Rhythm, I don't think it took a single round in the second half, so I would love to see Tempo do that, and not because I have any hate for MouseSpaz or any love for Tempo, but I would love to see a third map. I'm a big fan of Counter-Strike, so a 3-map game is obviously something I enjoy to see.
Yeah, and early on here, we do see Tarek actually getting very aggressive. He's actually spamming through the smoke, suspects this boost could be the case, and it was, but didn't do a heck of a lot of damage, received a ton on his end. So it didn't work out the way he suspected, but regardless, this is going to be a long play, as they are going long, but I also mean long in that the bomb is still at T-spawn, so it's going to take a while for them to actually find a site that they're going to get aggressive with, but it will be long A, where the primary focus will be as Hazed. Only one left up mid. FNS moving very quickly up through long, and they're going to be pushing onto site as Bluminator is here with a number of other CTs, but unfortunately they weren't able to get even very much damage to the Ts, as Tarek is the most lit as Hazed finally finishes the round. Deca goes down, and that's a flawless round for the Ts.
I almost think Deca should have just saved there. He had body armor. Could have picked up maybe a scout in this round or had somebody buy him, although it doesn't look like anybody has the money due to the fact they didn't get a single kill that round. At least not that I saw. So a nice start for MouseSpaz here in the second half. If Tempo took that, it would have been pretty difficult for MouseSpaz to come back. Not impossible, but difficult. Instead, you're going to put Tempo on Eco here and possibly see a tie score.
FNS tried to get aggressive out long, but was almost punished for it, as he's got 21 HP here, but was able to take Buzza and Minty Fresh down as well. Down in terms of HP, I mean. They've got 49 and 18 respectively, as Hazed is able to pick up a headshot onto Bluminator. So that's a nice frag by him, as We do see the T's taking control of a site. Mask is going to peek out from double doors mid, drops the bomb carrier, does get tagged in the process, but she's got the bomb in her grasp. That's going to be Tark coming around the corner, though, and she had her eyes off of the bomb. Don't take your eyes off of that prize, as things like that can happen. Tark will take advantage, and we do see Buzza. Oh my god, you are a god. He peeks out a B, just takes out Tark in a long-distance 1-deke, and now it's a 2v3 situation. The bomb is stuck in right outside of CT spawn, as finally Cutler and them are able to drop that player, and Hayes just walking around the map getting USPS headshots. That's 2 of them for him in this round, and that's going to be 8-9 as our scoreline.
And again, you're going to obviously see another eco from Tempo here. So it's going to be a tie score more than likely, unless Tempo does something really surprising on this eco, which can always happen. We know how strong the CZ is, even the P250, all pistols really, honestly, in CSGO, much stronger than they were in previous iterations of Counter-Strike. But yeah, I mean, a tie score would be huge for MouseSpaz. Oh my god. FNS.
Tap, tap, taparoo, as FNS will be able to collect that. Mask will be able to take down Cutler with a USP. So that's going to be a minor victory for them there, as Bluminator's the last one on the field. P2K in hand. As they didn't invest a heck of a lot in this round. Let's see if he can get anything done. And FNS almost goes down, 35 HP, but he's able to flick over in time and take down Bluminator.
For Tempo to see that scoreline at 9-9, even though they had such a strong half, it's a little bit demoralizing. I can say as a player, you know, they know that winning those rounds, they're just eco rounds. It's not that big of a deal. They lost ecos, they got a couple kills, that's what you're supposed to do. But to know you played so well first half, and then to see 9-9, it's a little bit disappointing, especially when you know what caliber team you're playing against in MouseSpaz. So hopefully they don't let that get into their heads at all, and they get back into the rhythm they set in the first half, and start building
tempo that they set the first
tempo.
half.
I've been trying hard not to say it.
No, you gotta use it, man. I thought that was beautiful, but Ricky would be proud. Ricky Rath, he is king of the puns over here at RGN, so we are gonna see the 19th round underway. Cutler is getting aggressive on Cat, but we'll fall back and group up 3 of them, just kind of actually bear hugging each other, just on top of the railing here, as PTR will get a boost now over mid, and this is going to be an opportune angle in case anybody peeks from the left side of mid. Hayes just working cautiously on the stairs, pushing up Cat. And Minty Fresh, he's going to be the one who could conflict if they do try to come out catwalk. So we'll see what is going to be the situation, as they're actually going to be smoking. I thought they smoked mid to B, but no, that's not going to be the case, as it's just going to be them getting aggressive. Deca inside a CT spawn will try and prevent that from happening. PTR will take down Minty Fresh, so Deca now fully smoked out as the T's push out mid to B, but Bluminator will be there to respond. Takes down Tarek, as they're going to try and push through the double doors. Cutler now here. Can he get the frag? He will be able to get it, as B site is now open for business, and it's a 2v2 situation.
I don't know if you saw what Deca did there. Deca got dropped down low, fell off the box. Hayes still thought he was there. But Deca, I guess, saw his HP and just took the opportunity to push the smoke and managed to catch MouseSpaz with their pants down a little bit, facing the opposite direction. Took down 2, but still the B site was opened up and bomb gets planted. It's a 2-on-2 retake here. Mask comes in the door, spots one out in B tunnels. The crossfire is great.
Oh, she
Almost
took him down to
drops
10
Cutler.
HP, too. Just so close. But, yeah, won't be the case, as MouseSpaz taken the round lead here for the first time in map number 2. They are up 1-0 in the series, and if they can close this out, it's going to be a 2-0 victory as they sail on to that winner bracket final, or should I say upper bracket final?
I would say upper bracket final. Winner's bracket sounds mean to the people who aren't in the upper bracket.
Yeah, I think I made a comment about that earlier. I was like, the loser bracket. No, I won't say that because these teams don't deserve it, as they are still in this. Cutler will create an entry inside of the B site. He takes down 3 players single-handedly, so he's looking hot so far, as Mask is able to finally trade on FNS. He was trying to push out long. We'll be able to collect an AK-47 for her effort. You see one player in hazed. He's going to be slowly walking up to CT spawn. Minty Fresh is holding close left from his perspective as that flashbang comes out, and that's going to be exactly what they need, but Mask will be able to fire back. Gets 1 frag, and she's going to be smoking off that cross, and will be saving the rest of this round.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the loser of this game will go on to face Rhythm in lower bracket round 5. And then the winner of that game will play the winner of Ascendancy versus Vex. You're not out of it if you lose this game, so if TMP does manage to lose, as you see Mask get dropped here, bomb taken away in round 20. But if TMP does lose, or even if MouseSpaz lose, neither team is out of it. They will be put down in that lower bracket. They'll have to play against Rhythm and a few more teams, and then they'll get an opportunity to play back against whoever ends up beating Lunatic in the upper bracket finals.
Yeah, so definitely still an opportunity, even if this match is dropped by tempo, as they do have it. Good advantage going into that lower bracket in that they don't have to fight very far to kind of make it to the finals, as Bluminator is going massive, the third one being a no-scope and FNS. Now, will sail a nade up there, doesn't do a heck of a lot, as Bluminator just went massive. And that's going to be very key for Tempo to try and stay in this game. Bring the energy, bring the noise, but FNS will be able to fire back, taking down Deca through the double doors. PTR and FNS, last two on the field, as, again, Bluminator's just got to be flexing back at... He's actually just pushed up... oh, he's CT spawn, I didn't realize, but he's just going to be flexing in CT spawn, as he is a beast in this round, and Bomb is heading over towards this upper tunnel side here. Buzza will be the single man holding this site if they do choose to push in. 45 seconds left on the clock, and it does look like that should be the scenario, as FNS now peeking around the corner. Does have PTR just backing him up, making sure that no one peeks out, that he might be looking at the wrong angle. FNS is going to peek around here, but Buzza will collect that frag, and PTR, last one alive, is going to try and take down Buzza, and should be an easy one, as does get it, but Bluminator finishing that 4K. Will be able to take that frag, and Tempo, that's the kind of rounds they need. They need that individual effort to kind of pump up the team as a whole, and that's going to be Bluminator, one of their star players, dropping the 20 bomb and doing work here.
This is the Bluminator I expected to see in the matchup we watched against Rhythm. You know, Bluminator never really caught fire until about the third map, and he had that really impressive, I think it was a 4K on Overpass, that really helped secure the win for them. But this is the Bluminator I expected to see in this game, and he has shown up big thus far with that op, sitting at 20-13. Really strong performance from him, and it puts a lot of emphasis on this round here, because if TMP can win this, they'll be putting MouseSpaz on Eco, and that could put the lead back in Tempo's hand.
Yeah, PTR getting the pick early on, though. That's going to be Bluminator going down, and very important frag for MouseSpaz if they want to take that momentum away. He had that 4K in that last round, so let's see if the rest of Tempo can pull the weight that he was able to handle in that last round. As Tarek will be moving up catwalk, as at the top of the stairs, and will take down Deca. Is he trying to jump and peek, but that's not going to work out. And this was a 64-tick server. Probably wouldn't have got that shot, but on these 128 Civo servers, it is quite possible, as Buzza will be able to get the entry as Hayes goes down. Color will follow up, though. Now only Mask and Minty Fresh left, and they're in a very difficult situation. Mask will be able to take down PTR, though. So 2v3, they both have kits, but I imagine they're probably going to be saving after we do see Minty go down from T-Spawn. That's going to be Mask responding with another, so choosing to stay aggressive. And she's now going to fall back to long A, and inevitably will save that weapon.
Yeah, Buzza in B got taken down pretty low early by a bit of a spray down through the smoke. He got dinked through the corner of the wall, and then I thought the nade was actually going to take him down. Only took down 4 HP, was dropped from like 15 to 11. But still, he got 1 kill in B, more than I thought he would get at such low HP. If he could have even held that off a little bit more, that would have been really strong. But Mask doing some economic damage, dropping Tark at the end of the round. I think that was a 3K for her.
Yeah. No, it was, and that's $300 a kill with that M4 as well, so it's a little bit of money in the bank.
You're seeing that gun shuffle here. It's almost like a dance, watching some teams toss weapons around in spawn.
Yeah, making sure the right weapon gets to the right people that have the right spawn. Lots of rights in there. As we do see round 23 underway, as we're going to see Mask trying to get aggressive. Will pay for it as that smoke is in place. And Hay is just waiting on the other side, so 5-4 here. And that was actually the only gun, so I'm not a big fan of the way Mask played that, in that If you kind of play maybe a passive angle, even if you go down, a teammate can recycle and reuse that gun. So isn't going to work out in their favor, as that gun is now down in lower B, and taking control of that. FNS is actually waiting, lurking, making sure no one grabs it, as Bluminator is able to grab one, is going to get a second one, as Tark took down Deca, and Tark will finish off Bluminator as well, but that CZ75 doing work, as it's all down to Buzza. Let's see if he can make any 1Deegs work. He's done it before in this match, and he's going to fire away at FNS, trying his hardest, takes him down to 45 HP, eventually does drop him, now in a 1v2 situation, and will peek out once again. PTR, though, will respond, and that's going to be another round for MouseSpaz, 13-10, as they're looking to close out the series.
I like that peekaboo play from Bluminator jumping off the box, catching them a little bit off guard. And I don't know if you noticed, he was down to one bullet in the clip, and he re-peeked, and managed to just one-tap the last player that was there, but he did get taken down. Not a terrible eco from Tempo. Maybe could have been a little bit better if Buzza was able to get one more, but still 3 down. Not bad at all. Coming into round number 24, though, this is a big round for Tempo. They really need to turn things around here.
Yeah, Tark will push out along, and that's actually going to be a double kill for the CTs. They are able to trade, so taking down Minty Fresh, but now let's see if the CTs can work this advantage. We do see Hazed and Cutler, now PTR as well. All 3 of them grouped up behind the smoke, heading up Catwalk, and now coming up to Elbow as Deca is on site, does get one through a box, and Bluminator will be able to fire his shot, takes down PTR. Now only Cutler alive, and he's going to be alive from Elbow. Lots of low CT players, but not going to be able to get another frag, as Buzza puts him down and gets Tempo kind of back in this match, as they've taken a round and making it 13-11.
Yeah, because of that last round where they were able to take down 3, MouseSpaz economy looks terrible. So they're going to be forced to eco here with only 1 or 2 players really able to buy. And so Tempo could be staring at 13-12, and all of a sudden they're getting right back in this. If they can take this round, maybe another one, it's a tie score. They got to be feeling good if they take this round, which is probably the biggest thing they need, is just that boost to their confidence here, letting them know they're right back in this.
Yeah, coming out of lower dark are the T's, and going to exchange some fire through the mid double doors. Flash comes out as Bluminator will be there to take a frag. Gets a double, actually. Deca gets one, and it's going to be Cutler just around this corner. Deca gets another. Now only Tark. He's actually working a flank. Let's see if he can work a frag here, as he does spray onto Minty Fresh eventually. No, he won't get the frag. Puts Minty down to 11 HP, but Minty's going to get the better of that exchange, and keeping 5 people alive. Very good situation for Tempo.
Oh my gosh, we might be seeing a double eco here from MouseSpaz. Because they couldn't get the plant or a single kill, that is a tie score, essentially, if Tempo can shut this down. Bluminator hit that nice little fadeaway. I mean, I thought for sure he was dead after taking down the first player. The tagging in CSGO is kind of ridiculous ever since the recent change. But he managed to hit a bit of a fadeaway shot with his AWP, and it really shut down that mid push. Deca came in with the assist. So that really puts MouseSpaz in a really poor situation here, coming into round number 26.
And they're actually going to take control of site, though, as we do see Minty and Bluminator are able to take advantage and get those frags, but we do see Tark still up on site. Does get dropped by Minty Fresh now, as the bomb carrier and FNS will be able to get one frag for his effort. Let's see if he can get a bomb down, as he's going to get that FAMAS, but is dropped, as Cutler will be able to get Buzza with his deagle, kind of returning that frag, and we are going to see a 13-13 scoreline tied up in this second map.
Yeah, Tempo's got to be feeling good at this point. They're rocking the double AWP setup, something that we've seen them do in the past. Only one AWP in the hands of PTR, and he can't even afford armor at this point, so this is kind of buy or bust. If they lose this round, MouseSpaz is not really going to be looking good. They need to at least get a bomb plant, maybe a couple kills. If this ends up like any of the previous rounds have ended, things could go very poorly for MouseSpaz here.
Here goes Mask, though. She was able to get one. Unfortunately for her, though, that's going to be the only one, as Cutler will trade back, and they've taken control along, but they're actually shifting out, and only leaving PTR here. He's got an AWP, no armor, as the rest of the terrorists are going to be rendezvousing near mid. Minty Fresh has pushed up Cat. There's a smoke preventing his vision, though, as Hayes now moved up with the bomb carrier. They look like they are focusing at least some of their attention over to Catwalk. We'll see. They're actually going to get flashed in. FNS will be The one doing that is Bluminator will take down PTR, so that's going to get rid of that long control that they were taking and holding on to. FNS will peek out through double doors. Deca goes down, and this flashbang should be effective as FNS will be able to peek out. Minty Fresh was just fully spamming that spot, and FNS played that perfectly in that if he peeked out, he would have died to a blind CT as FNS will be able to take down Bluminator. Buzza was able to take down Cutler. He's still alive in sight, drops Hazed as well. Buzza looking hot with that AWP. Can he get the third frag? Not quite, as FNS is going to push in. 15 HP on Buzza, but it's not going to matter as Minty Fresh will finish things off with a single frag and 14-13. Tempo looking to close this out.
Very well played from Tempo there towards the end. Buzza, I thought Buzza was going to get caught off guard. He was sitting in double doors a little longer than I would have liked to see him sit there. And he managed to backpedal and get into sight just in time to connect on the first one coming through, and sort of got into a strange little duel there with the second man. That was Hazed. But Hazed finally committed to a spray down on the box, and at that time he went for the peek and did connect. So nice play from Tempo to take the lead back and put MouseSpaz in a position where they're forced to have this kind of mix by Scout, AK, CZ.
Yeah, it is an interesting buy. Hazed and Tark with the CZ75s, and Cutler and FNS with that AK-47, but we do see Cutler and FNS dropped very low. That was via an HE grenade as FNS now pushes out through mid and tries to get that frag onto Deca, but it's not going to happen as Deca works that stutter step, and MouseSpaz trying to work a mid to B here as Tark will collect a frag, and only one player inside of B. That's going to be Buzza as he's going to miss that shot. Can he land any as they pushed into the site, and now B is open for business. Buzza desperately needed at least one, maybe even two frags to hold that site. As now the CT is trying to retake here. One outside, actually make it two outside of the double doors. One working tunnel, that's going to be Minty Fresh as they're going to try and have a coordinated retake. Deca from window. Mask peeking from the double doors. PTR is staring down through the double doors, but will go down in Tark. We're going to see a number of frags happening very quickly as the CTs try and simultaneously retake the site, but simultaneous frags do occur for MouseSpaz, evening the scoreline once again, 14-14. We have an epic map number 2 on our hands.
That is why the solo hold that B with the AWP is tough. Buzza got overwhelmed, missed a shot or two, smokes came out, flashes came out. It's really tough to do, and if you can't connect on those shots, it's just going to give the site away, and that's ultimately what happened. And Bloom in mid played a little bit strange there. He kind of came around, thought he was flashing himself in, got blinded himself, got taken down. So
never a good situation.
Not at all. They seemed poised to take it to round 15, at least guarantee overtime. Instead, if they lose this round, I think it could be game over here. Their economy is completely destroyed. Whoever loses this round, honestly, is not going to be looking good for the final round. 2 players on MouseSpaz below 500, FNS at 1250, but almost everyone on Tempo is below 1,000. Mask with 900 is the richest player left on the CT squad.
Hayes so close to a frag there as Bluminator dropped a decoy on the left side, so just trying to bait out that maybe there might be someone there, but I think he let it go off a couple times expecting that they would just be like, no, that's not actually a player. He then peeked himself. Hayes just decided to spam through, and the result being that Bluminator now down to 3 HP and forced to play this headshot angle in the back of B. Not exactly where you want your top fragger, as maybe you do. The bomb is heading up into upper, and it's going to be another mid to B split, but now it's only going to be Bluminator, and for some reason he tried to move from that back of sight spot, and that's going to be the death of him, as we do see Deca is able to take down FNS, but only 2 CTs left, and like you were saying, this is going to be very difficult for Tempo to pull out if they do lose this round. Their economy in absolute pieces right now, and they are going to be saving, heading to T-spawn, but ready to answer the call. That's going to be Cutler coming up from T side of B tunnels. Does spot Mask, tries to fire some shots, flashbang over, and that should be effective as he does spot ahead once again. Doesn't know Minty Fresh is close left around the corner. We'll peek out once again, and that will be Minty Fresh collecting that frag. Good crossfire from the CTs as we are going to see some more aggression from Long A. You can see Hazed and Tark running pretty much with, well, Tark at least, with his knife out, and they're going to try and take down Mask, but is finally going to go down, and that's going to be not so good for Tempo at all, as they're only able to retain the one weapon.
That is devastating for Tempo. Losing that rifle coming into this round, you see Mask was able to drop a FAMAS for Buzza. This is sad. I thought that Tempo really had what it was going to take to map 3. They were looking so good. They sort of fell apart on the CT side, let MouseSpaz pull that mid to B push a little bit too much. And then that eco win from MouseSpaz really just completely crippled Tempo's economy. And hopefully we can see an eco round win here. That would be amazing to take it to overtime.
Yeah, and it's going to start off with Bluminator getting a frag, so they might be able to make this happen as they've earned an advantage, but they've already taken quite a bit of damage in the process as the bomb is moving up long, but 4 of the CTs are in place to defend the A site, and we're going to see Tark and FNS. FNS now trying to cross here, but Bluminator will get the frag, and this could be the round Tempo was dreaming for. Can they bring it to overtime and potentially push us onto map number 3? We're going to find out here in just a moment as Tark will be peeking out. Cutler takes down Buzza. Now it's going to be Tark missing that no-scope. That was key as Cutler and PTR will be able to get frags, but 1v2 now. Can PTR go huge? He tries to walk through the smoke, and Bluminator waiting happily to get that frag, and we're going to be moving into overtime here. Map number 2. Tempo versus MouseSpaz in the upper bracket of RGN's Winter Classic. We are happy to have you guys here, and we're happy this is an exciting match. Not that we thought it wouldn't be, but it is definitely turning out to be a close one.
Yeah, you know, I want people to know in chat. I'm not saying yeah because I want Tempo to win necessarily. I would love to see Tempo win because I would love to see map number 3. I also like the players on Tempo, but I also like the players on MouseSpaz. It's not a favoritism thing. It's just I like good Counter-Strike, and right now we are seeing it. You know, a tie game in map number 2, potentially pushing us to map number 3 on Season, which is a map that we don't get to see played that often. You know, a lot of teams don't really feel comfortable on it, but I'm just loving this game. It's very close. The rounds are going back and forth. It's been some good Counter-Strike here, and we're going to be going into the first round of overtime here with Tempo starting as CT and poor Sergeant Glowstick.
Yep, my heart, as he says in chat, that is the manager for Tempo. He's hanging out in our chat. Glowstick, an awesome guy, as he hangs out here quite often. So shout out to him, and we are moving into overtime here. Again, it is going to be 10K, and 6 rounds being played out. PTR is going to put a stop to Buzza trying to cross, and that might prompt the T's to maybe work a mid to B, but Deca actually will be compensating that mid player as he's going to be smoking out the double doors, and moving up as Cutler is jumping up to CAD, and that spray almost connected, but just a little bit off the mark. No damage done. As a fully 5-man T-side squad, Bluminator will try and get aggressive. Tried to push upper dark, and he's going to get punished as Tark was just waiting in lower for that exact push to occur. So working this boost once again, we see PTR looking up over mid double doors, but Minty Fresh trying to get aggressive, moves up to the elbow, takes down Cutler, trying to push up the stairs.
Oh no, the bomb. Are you seeing this?
Oh, I've never...
Oh my god. The bomb is trapped inside the box in lower B tunnels.
Wow.
If Tempo can figure this out, because if Mask decides that this is not worth a retake here, and she can somehow survive the next 40 seconds...
Is she gonna die? No, she dies. So
oh my gosh.
You know what? There's actually that same exact kind of crevice inside of... If you look at the box where normally you throw... If you're a CT and you're going to be smoking into mid double doors, there's a kind of smoke that you kind of bounce off and it goes back by a Hummer. There's a little hole that's in that box identical to the one we just saw the bomb get dropped in. I've perfectly thrown a smoke inside of that hole. So I know exactly that exists on this model of boxes, but I've never seen the bomb get trapped in that lower dark one. That's definitely unfortunate, but... MouseSpaz able to deal, and we're moving on to round number 2 here as pushing out long. That's going to be PTR, and he will grab that frag on a Mask. Takes a good amount of damage for it, but the trade, or not even a trade, just the frag in general, will be in favor of the T's. As they try and push around the corner, though, Bluminator will be here with Minty Fresh. As Minty Fresh goes down, Bluminator will collect another one, though, and he's going to get a triple as he is hitting his shots right now. That's exactly what Tempo needs, as Cutler is the last one on the field. 1v2, 1 minute on the clock. Has plenty of time, but the bomb is down in the CT's grasp.
I was about to say that, you know, that push on long by PTR, you can't let a player triple peek like that with an AWP and not punish him for it. Mask did some damage but got taken down by PTR's AWP, but then you saw Bluminator do the same thing. Bluminator whiffed on, I think, one shot, and that was the opportunity for MouseSpaz to strike, and instead he just backpedals a little and regains his composure and takes the second shot and connects, then takes the fourth shot, really, and dropped another. So a nice 3K from Bluminator there, shutting things down for Tempo Gaming.
Yeah, we are moving into round number 3 here. It's going to be the last round of this first half of overtime as we are tied up in terms of score. Now pushing out through mid double doors. That's going to be Hayes leading the charge. Puts down Deca and no smoke in place. They're just going to be running this without that coverage as finally they will drop that smoke entering into the B site. We do see Bluminator getting a frag, and that's going to be Buzza and Bluminator, the tag team. They're going to be getting plenty as only one player left in PTR, and he's going to be exchanging op shots with Bluminator. He's like, screw it, I'm just going to go with a rifle. Finally gets the frag, and it's going to be Minty putting things down 17-16 as that gong show of a firefight does end.
And PTR with the sick dance moves again there, trying to avoid the bullets. Almost managed to get away with it, but Bluminator there, again with that AWP, he actually got caught way off guard and somehow managed to duck under the spray and stay alive long enough to drop that player, then drop the one who pushed into window. I believe it was Cutler. So a nice hold from Bluminator there, and Buzza as well. That was a must-win round, in my opinion, giving them the slight advantage coming into the second half of overtime. So we'll see what they can do here on T-side. As we saw, their T-side in the second half wasn't super impressive, not terrible either, on par with MouseSpaz, obviously, as we did see a tie score. But I would like to see them start off with a round win, give themselves a little bit of a cushion, and hopefully we will be seeing that third map. I'd love to see Tempo close this one out, and because really I just want to see Season.
Yep, it will be the new graphically updated Season, as we have seen it, I believe, at least twice in this tournament thus far. And I do remember at least Team Karma playing on it. I'm struggling to remember what the other team was. Regardless, we might be moving into that if MouseSpaz drops this overtime to Tempo. Tempo only needs 2 to close this game out, as we still not live here. We see the whole Tempo team, they're ready to rock, but on the other side, MouseSpaz maybe not readying up right away, as they want to have a minute or two to talk about their tactics as they move into the CT side of this Dust 2 overtime.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a tactical timeout or if they just needed a break. It wouldn't hurt them to just take a minute to gain some composure. They're down a round coming into the second half of overtime here. So I wouldn't blame them for just trying to slow things down, get a couple words in with each other, try and figure out what the plan is moving into the second overtime, and if it comes down to it, what their plan will be on Season.
Yeah, and we are going live here as the second half of overtime is underway. Will be MouseSpaz now on the CT side, Tempo on that T side, and they did pretty darn good. At one point we saw them 8-2 on the T side for Tempo, so definitely they have the opportunity here to close this out. If they can get 2 rounds, they're going to be forcing a third map, but if MouseSpaz can pick up the rounds on their end, we might even see a double overtime here, guys, so stay tuned as we find out what the conclusion's going to be. This round is underway. We do see pushing up Cat quickly. That's going to be FNS and PTR. PTR trying to get that pick, will be able to put down Deca, and that's a position we've seen him utilize many times on that CT side, especially once they started coming back, and Tarek will put down Buzza. So looking good so far is MouseSpaz. 2-man advantage as it's only Bluminator, Mask, and Minty Fresh left on the field. Minty Fresh now pushing up Catwalk as the other 2 terrorists are pushed out long. They're going to try and split the site, but we do see a lot of opposition here. Cutler and FNS holding Catwalk, and on side of site that's going to be PTR with his AWP. Minty Fresh, though, pushes up. Will get that 1 frag onto Cutler. I don't think he realizes FNS is right above him, and will send some spray his direction. Doesn't land anything, though, as we do see moving up long. It's going to be Mask and Bluminator. Bluminator is holding from Pit Plat as Mask is going to try and just push site alone, as Bluminator is able to take down PTR, so evening things up a little bit closer anyhow, as Tarek will take down Bluminator. That was actually through the wall, and the bomb is now down. Mask in a very difficult spot as she puts FNS down to very low HP, but not going to be enough as MouseSpaz even things out once again. 17-17 is our scoreline.
That was a big round for MouseSpaz there. That shot from Tark pretty much shut things down for Tempo Gaming. Bluminator, again though, with that AWP, has just been doing work. He's sitting at 38-21. He's top fragging for both teams. I mean, he's the top fragger in this map. You know, the closest person is Tark, who's sitting at 30-23. No one really with a strong KD ratio due to the fact that this has been such a close game, but Bluminator has been hitting those shots when needed on multiple occasions.
Yeah, we do see, once again, Minty Fresh Deca working lower. No aggressive push as of yet from Catwalk, but as I say that, Cutler will be dropping a nade out there, and that's going to put Bluminator down to 59 HP. PTR on the other side of the smoke, and they're not going to see each other, obviously, but we can see from a spectating point of view. PTR just trying to hold mid, is going to fall back to window as we suspect it could be a B-side play. As we can see on the mini-map, though, they're going to be flashing their way out mid to B, and the smoke is down. Let's see if they can make this happen, as that player pushing upper will go down. Now only one angle of attack, and that's why we do see a bit of an odd rotation. Tempo deciding to go back and then opting to continue, as that's going to be a ton of frags for the CT. A flawless round from them, and a bit of an unorganized play from Tempo.
Yeah, now Tempo has their backs against the wall here. They need to win this round, take it to double overtime, regain themselves. Maybe you have a better T-side half and overtime number 2. But it's all going to come down to this, and you can see there's going to be a split buy on Tempo, just kind of getting whatever they can. Deagle, 2 CZs, some nades, and double AK play. It has worked for them before, so it's not completely out of the question. It does look like they're going to be pushing towards B, maybe going out mid.
Yeah, this has been pretty standard for them, as actually tried to smoke off mid, or on top of the Xbox, but dropped 2 smokes. And I don't know if that was intentional, but regardless, Bluminator will be able to get 1 pick as pushing up Cat there. That's going to mean they're going to have 1 more weapon to work with, as this was a bit of a shoddy buy from them. And we are going to see them rotating back to long. Hazed on the other side of the double doors. He is smoked off right now, but he's going to be the front runner, as Buzza just going to send 1 shot through. That's a warning signal saying, hey man, don't peek out here. I got a deagle, and we know what Buzza can do with that, as MouseSpaz looking to close out this match. If they take this round, they're going to be winning, and if Tempo wins, we're going to be going to a second overtime. So I'm hoping for that second overtime, but FNS, on the other hand, he's going to be getting a frag, which means the advantage towards the CTs, and they're just going to be rushing out into B, as that's going to be Buzza getting a 1 deag, and they are at least going to take control of site. Let's see if FNS and Tara can retake.
I really like the play here from Tempo. They got that kill, but rather than just try and bum rush the A-bomb site, they composed themselves, fell back, and now they got their bomb planted in a 2v2. FNS pushing tunnels, and Tark pushing door, and FNS...
Ooh, what a shot. Yeah, Buzza last one alive. Let's see if... Ooh, he just gets 1 tap through the box, and in an anticlimactic fashion, that's going to be MouseSpaz picking up the overtime and winning this best of 3. 2-0, so 19-17. The second map, the first map was Inferno, 16-10. So that's going to be all we have for tonight, guys. We're going to see MouseSpaz moving on, and they're going to be facing Lunatic tomorrow in the upper bracket finals. So we are going to be concluding this tournament very quickly, as I believe we're going to have broadcasts up until Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, I believe we're going to have a break unless we have to catch up on any lower bracket matches, but I doubt it. And then Sunday is going to be the finals. So we are coming to a conclusion, as the Winter Classic has been very exciting. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. That is going to be the end of our broadcast for the night. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe we hit that follower count. I don't know if someone can